What's up guys, today I'm going to show you guys 5 more easy beginner pennyboard tricks. As I said in part 1 of this video, I dig rolling on my real skateboard for sure, but I thought it was fun to show you guys some tricks on a pennyboard as well. I left a couple links in the description if you don't have a pennyboard yet and you want to get yourself one. They definitely have some dope colors and art on the boards these days. They're affiliate links, so you actually support my channel by getting them through there. Now let's get to the tricks. But before we get started, a quick disclaimer: not everyone might call these real skateboard tricks. They're not real tricks in a way that you can do them in a game of skate, but they are definitely things you can learn when you start out riding on a skateboard or pennyboard. It's not something too serious, and these tricks will just make it a bit more fun when you start out riding on your pennyboard. Alrighty, let's get started. Number 1, the tic-tac. This is a beginner trick, but also a really fun way to make speed without touching the ground with your feet. It's quite an uncommon way to make speed, and personally I wouldn't use it to ride around on my board, but it's definitely fun to figure out how your board works just by simply learning this trick. For this trick you want to do quick movements to the left and right that are actually just small pivots. A pivot is where you lean on your back wheels so your front truck comes off the ground and you make a 180-degree rotation while doing so. However, for this trick you just want to rotate for about 30 degrees and you want to do them really quickly as well. In between these small pivots you want to push yourself off to the side where you're about to do another pivot, and this way you're able to make quite some speed and you'll be able to cruise around as well. Moving on to the second trick, number 2, this is what I call the beginner flip. This is probably the first introduction to a flip trick on a skateboard for most beginners. Obviously it's not a trick you can do in a game of skate, but it is a whole lot of fun to experience landing back on your board after it flipped for the first time. So for this trick you're gonna be standing still with your pennyboard in front of you. You put your toe underneath the side of the middle of the board. You then want to flick your foot up so it starts making a heel flip rotation. While doing this you want to jump up and towards the board so you can land back on it after it flipped. It definitely takes a couple of tries to get the flip right because the deck is quite high to the ground, which causes it to under or over rotate quite easily. After you've got these 2 tricks down, it's time to learn a bit more of a practical way to get on your board and make speed. Number 3, the running start. I also included this trick in my 10 ways to get on your skateboard video. For a pennyboard the concept is not much different, but it's a little bit harder because of the small size of your board. In the future I might do a full tutorial on this trick because it has been requested a whole lot and I always use this way to get on my board as well. So what you want to do for this one is to start running with your board grabbed by the nose. You want to try and let the tail scrape the ground, but since your tail is really small on your pennyboard you can also just let it roll on the back wheels. Then the only thing left to do is letting go of your nose and putting your front foot on the board. Don't try putting both of your feet on at the same time. Your pennyboard is damn small and you're gonna have a bad time. Moving on to number 4. This one is really more of a fun way to pick up your pennyboard rather than it being a trick. I call it kick in the hand. As you can tell, that sounds like a proper trick that I didn't just came up with. As you can also tell by the name, this is basically just kicking up your board and catching it in your hands. But when done correctly, doing this trick while riding, adding a bit of that steez, this trick does look fun. Just whip it up like that, keep running, and throw out one of those running starts you just learned. So you want to start out learning this trick standing still. Put your foot beneath your pennyboard in the middle of it. Kick it up, catch it with both of your hands or just one, and walk away. It's actually pretty fun to kick as hard as you can and let that board just fly through the air. So now you've got a wacky way to pick up your board, so let's also show you a wacky way to get back on it. Number 5, the last one, also very legitimate, the toe drop. This way of getting back on your board won't make you any speed, but it's surprisingly satisfying since it feels a little bit like balancing a soccer ball. The reason why I show you this way to get back on your board is because I usually throw down my pennyboard, but it always ends up bouncing off the ground and not landing straight. So this way it doesn't do that and you're good to go. For this trick you want to try to drop your board on the toe of your foot. Dropping it on your toe makes it easy to balance and you have the most control that way. Sometimes you might catch it with the instep of your foot, but that's okay as well. When you catch it with your foot and you have it under control, you want to let your board hit the ground, jump on it and push off. These were my 5 easy beginner pennyboard tricks. By the way, if you don't think pennyboards are fun, don't worry, the regular fun skateboarding videos keep coming out. Thanks to all the people that support my channel, it helps me out a lot. Peace out and skate on.